shamelessly self-promote Chachi and me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Your
Yeah,
connection to the
that's
server
about
has been
right.
interrupted. Anything you do right now will attempt to send when you go back online. But to be on the safe side, you may want to stop doing anything important. You may
Yeah, it
want
should
to
be good
check
now.
our status site for more info. Is what it says on your stream right now.
Yeah, that never works. I've tried to do that when sometimes Roll20 itself will just go offline. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but sometimes Roll20 will just
Nope.
be like, "Nope, I'm good today," and just go offline for a little while. It's had that trouble before, not recently,
You
because I
know,
think they've got better servers now that they got more popular. But it used to just go off all the time. Hey Ruku, what's up? You caught me when I was dead. I am alive now.
we might just wanna like take a short rest instead of a long one and just make it to town.
Spell slot.
I know, but short rest will get us our health back, and then we can get to
Chachi,
town where we can be
problem is
safe
if
and
we
nap
just
that
take a
pig.
short rest, I'm gonna be absolutely useless for the rest of this turn. I don't know if we will run into anything else. The problem of Curse of Strahd is that we will probably just get murked by anything in the next push again.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
A big city against players, we're not supposed to be doing all that, but yeah.
Hey guys, let's go make camp and sleep for a long time. There you go, I did it in character.
Yeah, Crowley, you don't look too great.
Yeah, you got beat up pretty badly.
I feel fine.
Are you sure?
He just
looking at
falls
your
on his ass.
Thuxora hands him the
Right.
random pinky finger that he lost during the fight.
Okay. Botek's just gonna go grab him by one arm, shoulder carry him over off the road
Okay.
to where we're gonna be sitting up.
Where are you guys sitting up at? Just off the road a little bit?
We're just right there.
Okay. You head towards the sound of the lapping waves of some shore. You head a decent, maybe 60 feet off of the path of the road. It's kind of this clearing in the trees. It's much less dense here, especially the closer you get to that sound of waves. And eventually, despite how thick the fog is here, eventually you do come across kind of this very large lake. And it's strange. You see the fog kind of. It doesn't extend very far over this lake in terms of blocking your view. There's just a slight rolling mist across the top of this huge lake that you see before you. It is, in fact, I'll just reveal a little bit more of it so you guys can see how big this lake is.
We
It's
just
pretty
went
big.
for a swim.
Yeah, you guys just went
Don't
for a
worry,
swim for a second.
We just had a motorboat. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
you guys used your secret special lake vision to see an extra far distance over this lake. The fog isn't as thick near the shore of this lake. And you can see on the other side of it just this line of trees, a thick tree line on the other side. But you can't really see. The fog is too thick to see past that point. But it seems like a pretty clear area. You guys could set up camp here if you so desired.
Yeah. Um. Question: It's like midday right now, right?
Yeah, it's about you guys went to sleep, traveled a few hours, so it's about noon right now.
Hmm. So 8 hours of sleep is gonna literally bring us to like 8 p.m.
I will reaffirm that you can only do one long rest per 24 hours. Just to let you
So
guys know.
that means since we just finished with the long rest, literally not too long ago, does that mean we can't? So it was like 4 hours ago that
You
we.
can do a long rest per day. What it is you can do one long rest per day. I'm not going to be like super like you can't do a long rest, but you would have to wait an extra long time to rest the next day. So like you wouldn't be able to. You would have to wait until the next day until you could long rest again. So you'd be waking up at like 8 p.m. and then you could go, but you wouldn't be able to go to sleep until the next day, and then you could do a long rest. I mean, you could do it at like 6 a.m. the next day if you wanted to, but then you'd have to wait even longer for the next day and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's my worry.
Yeah, just please keep in mind that if we don't do a long rest, I'm gonna be completely useless. We don't even have walls here that I can stare at once the Revenant starts kicking our ass again.
The wind picks up and the fog gets thicker. No, I'm just kidding.
But
The wind
I'm
kicks
just
up,
saying,
the fog gets thicker, and then Waffles' camera freezes again.
And then my camp
Because of
freezes.
armor.
I want it to freeze in like a perfect like face where I'm like, or something like that.
you always have cantrips. You always have your rapier. There's always something you can do. But
Chachi,
we
Chachi,
can always try to avoid things.
you are aware that I have negative modifiers on all my melee stuff. So the chance of
Wait.
that getting anywhere. Yeah, I
So you
have
have a-
negative damage modifiers due to my
Wait,
leg and
You have
strength,
you have
dexterity.
you have negative dex.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Well,
Okay then.
Why would a bard need dexterity?
They're magical. And
You have to
heal
keep in
people.
mind I don't need it for skill checks because bard skill checks are stupid.
Okay. Well, it's just my opinion that we just take a short rest and go on ahead and just avoid battles. That's just my opinion.
Well, you guys can take a vote. So, which one of you guys wants to take a rest for the day?
If we can only do a short rest, then we can only do a short rest. That's how it is. So,
Okay, so you guys are taking a short rest then. If everybody does, everybody agree with that? Is that what you guys want to do?
Sure.
I think it's probably a mistake, but sure.
If you guys want to do a long rest, the thing is, if we do a long rest, we're literally going to have to be up an entire day, and then from 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. the next day, which means we're going to be up all night long.
let's just go for the short rest. Worst case, we will die. So what can probably go wrong?
What's the worst that could happen?
Just
Okay.
want to let you guys know what you guys can be into.
Okay. You guys decide to take a short rest then. Just to let you know, every hour you spend not in a town or something like that is more rolls I do on the encounter table. Just to let you
More
guys know.
revenants.
So,
Actually, let's think. By this point, would it be worth it to take the short rest anyways? What would we gain from it?
hit dice. Usually you can gain hit dice. This is the big
Yeah.
thing to gain from short rest.
But who actually needs health back other than Crowley?
Me.
Okay.
Did Gwen get hit? Did you get hit?
I'm just missing 3 points.
I'm missing 1, so. But if you two need points, then you two need points. Okay.
I need 10 HP back. It's not much, but it's something.
Give us the next Strahd encounter waffles.
Okay, short rest it is. All right, have fun. Let's
Short rest it
see
is.
what we get.
Keep in mind though that Thuxora is gonna, or Thuxora's passive feature, Song of Rest will give you additional 1d6 hit points.
Yeah, you guys have a bard. Short rests are amazing.
Yeah.
It's like half the power of a bard is super awesome short rest.
So short rest does not heal us, or does heal us?
It heals you.
If we use hit dice, yes, it will heal.
Do you know how hit dice work?
I think I've only used them once. I don't.
Okay. So for hit dice, when you rest, you have a certain amount per day, per long rest, of hit dice that you have. And when you short rest, you can use as many of these hit dice as you want to try and regain some health. It's based on your character class and what level you are. So you would have to check specifically how much hit dice you have for your class. The rogue.
We should each have 4, right? And rogues are d6s.
So you for each level of yours, Schmoodle, you have one d8 per level. So you can roll up to 4 d8s for your health.
Where is the hit dice spot?
Okay, I got 18.
You have to,
Yeah.
so you kind of have to do it manually. D&D Beyond
Oh,
is still working out some stuff, and the hit dice thing, you can tell it that you rolled hit dice, and it's got the amount of hit dice you can use, but it doesn't like have an auto roller.
Right. Okay.
And don't forget to add 1d6.
Oh, yes, 2 and 96.
Before you guys do that, though, we have to make sure you guys get the short rest. Okay, you good there? You good there?
Short rest is only like an hour.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, you're good. You guys kind of sit down, bandage yourselves, take care of yourselves while you kind of stare out over this vast lake, the slow mist rolling over it, the very soft sound of waves lapping against a muddy shore. There's no signs of birds or fish or any sorts of creatures, other than the heavy breathing of a tired group. Irina looks to your group. I apologize. I feel like it is partly my fault that he is so fixated upon us. She's like helping bandage your wounds, Crowley.
Well, I mean, there's not like you did anything to cause him to have an obsession. He's just a fucking weirdo.
She kind of giggles a little bit. That much is for certain. But I thank you for standing up to him like you did. That was either brave or foolish. I'm not sure which one.
I've been told I'm both.
It's funny how often those two coincide.
Yeah. Just in we can take him on in the future, Crowley. Right now, I don't think we're strong enough to take him. Especially since we were like literally all out of stuff. I don't know about you, but I was pretty tapped back there. And you personally, you didn't look so good. You looked like you definitely needed a lot of help.
Nah, I knew we'd be fine. He wasn't gonna do anything to us immediately anyway. He's cold and calculating. He knows what he's doing. If he wanted us dead, we'd be dead.
True.
Yes, he said something about testing you.
Mm-hmm. And doesn't mean that at any point you could just be like, I don't need these guys anymore and I can just bring in somebody else to test. But yeah, he's testing us for, I guess, taking over the realm or taking his place in this world, in this
You mentioned that
Barovia?
before, yes. That is very... Well, I don't presume to know what goes on inside the head of a madman. Either way, hopefully it isn't very long before we reach Valaki.
I hope not. Last thing we need is another giant wolf encounter.
Yes, we should keep an eye out. We should keep our heads up. That should do it. And she kind of tightens up a bandage on you, Crowley.
Oh. Thank you.
No, thank you all. Again. Well then, I think we should continue on if we can. Are you all ready?
I'm good. Rex, Gwen,
I'm ready whenever you are.
Yeah.
Good as I'll ever be.
Okay. Your group's gonna continue on then?
One last reminder, have you done your Song of Rest thingamabobs?
yes, I am max health.
Yep.
How do I do it? Sorry.
I mean, if you don't have full HP, then just roll 1d6 and then add the results to your HP.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, bards are great for short rests. I love Song of Healing. It's the best.
Okay, I'm full.
Hi, dog
It's
lovers.
just nice to have a song that makes us regain skill slots.
I'm doing great. I hope you're doing good. So your group is continuing forward then.
Or you're so gonna die. Waffles,
group.
what's the
Why
average
so
completion rate of this campaign?
negative?
Say what?
What's the average completion rate of this campaign?
Curse of
Out of 10
Strahd.
groups, how many?
It
make it
entirely
through
depends
the
on the group. It depends on the group and the DM running it, to be perfectly honest. My groups, I'd say about 50-50. The groups I've run this campaign with before, you know, about 50-50. Not gonna lie.
Screwed.
I have had people
We're
wipe, but they were kind of being
fine.
derpy, and you guys will be fine. You guys will be fine.
We'll be fine. Just
I'm scared.
I mean, I'm not gonna hit you with a dragon out of nowhere or something like that, so you don't have to worry about that.
do it.
I mean,
Do
so far we only had one random strat encounter and 2 times revenants.
I mean, to be honest, Waffles, and I'm going to say this completely honestly, I, as a level 4 character with a team of like 3 other level 4 characters, took on 2 adult blue dragons in one.
Yeah, if you're optimized, it's great, you know. But
Oh no, we were not.
well, that's pretty good then. Usually, not a lot of people can say that, but it always depends on the battle. The thing about battle in Dungeons and Dragons is a few bad rolls and you're screwed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is the problem is if the NPCs get some critical hits in or something like that, oh, it can go from doing fine to really bad all of a sudden. But that's the nature of RNG. But you guys should be fine. You guys are taking it pretty cautiously. You guys are doing mostly the right things, so I wouldn't worry too much if I were you guys. Like, don't be afraid to take some risks if you need to. You know, TPKs are
Uncommon.
not very
Unless
common.
you're
Right,
being-
exactly.
Unless you were being extremely stupid.
Worst comes to worst, have a backup character ready. Is all I'm saying. But you guys, I wouldn't worry too much about it. If I were
I'm
you.
going to say this. In every campaign that I have played, I have never had a backup character ever needed or used.
I would have one ready for Curse of Strahd. Just in case, you never know. You guys could decide to wander into a very bad place. That's the nature of the Curse of Strahd campaign, is you can go wherever you want. But, I mean, which is great, but you can also wander into the equivalent of a giant's camp in Skyrim. Get yeeted to the sky. Your group returns to the path, coming across the large dead carcasses of these massive wolves.
Question, can we loot anything useful from them?
I mean, what do you want to do? Do you want to skin them? Do you want to check them for money?
Yes, I'm
Like
totally
Final
gonna check.
Fantasy style? Oh, look, these random wolves have like 10 gold on them for some reason.
Oh, Luxara's gonna look around to the others, be like, hey, does anybody know how to skin wolves or something like that?
I don't even have a skinning knife. Does anyone have a skinning knife?
Nope.
No.
I have a knife.
Well, I guess not then. Well, let's keep going then. Whoever finds these will probably be scared to death, but well, not our problem.
You guys could attempt to skin it if you want. It's up to you guys.
Is it survival?
It would be a survival check, yes.
I got a 15.
15 is actually pretty good. Crowley, you're attempting to skin them then with your knife?
Yep.
Okay. You do actually manage to get a decent amount of pelts. I'm gonna roll for how much wolf pelts you get. Well, you got one. Sorry. I rolled a 1 on the d4, so you get 1 wolf pelt, and but you get 3 days worth of rations from the wolf meat.
Ooh.
So you managed to collect a pretty decent amount of meat. It's pretty hard to skin the pelts without a skinning knife, and it takes you a little bit of work. You're better at gutting fish than you are skinning wolves. And it takes you some effort. You managed to get a pretty decent wolf pelt. But the other ones not so much. But you do carve a decent amount of meat from these wolves. Some pretty good edible meat. You slice them up, kind of. And these are big wolves. These are some big boys. You can't really move them around. You kind of just carve them up where they lay.
All right, guys. We got some meat.
Well, that's good.
Ooh,
Now we got
That's
something to go off the potatoes.
hell yeah. Wolf steak and mashed potatoes.
Sounds like an interesting combination.
Actually, well, remind me next time if you guys want to carve up wolves. Irina is actually skilled in survival, so she can actually help you with that.
Oh, okay.
If you want to take that one with advantage, Crowley, I'll let you. You can roll again if you want to try and get higher.
I mean, theoretically, Thuxara could help too, because survival is a wisdom skill. I got that stuff.
I will say if you're proficient in survival, you can help.
I mean, I have half proficiency. Is that enough?
I mean, yeah, that could be enough. Yes. I'll let it go. So you can pretty much aid Crowley, and Crowley, if for skill checks, if anybody wants to help with any kind of action, if it's feasible for you to help, usually if you have proficiency in the skill or if it's something you could easily help with, I will generally let you roll advantage on the skill check, or 2 separate people roll the skill check.
Which is good, because you can note down Thuxara has at least half proficiency in everything.
Welcome to Bards.
Yep.
Did you want to roll a separate d20?
I mean, I can do a separate roll.
A separate? Yeah, okay.
That is a 12. No, 11.
11.
Brain don't do math. 11.
Okay. I'll roll and divide it by half. Okay, that'll get you 1 extra wolf pelt.
Nice.
Yeah. So you managed to collect 2 wolf pelts. Very big wolf pelts. Like, these are pretty big. Like, just taking the skin from this wolf is enough to drape someone and make a pretty decent cloak just from the skin without any kind of modifications whatsoever. It's a pretty hefty size pelt.
I may just do that.
Warmth. the equivalent of like hiding out in your horse in the cold. Like the
Just kill a dire wolf, cut it up, and
yeah.
Weird spelled.
Okay, you guys continuing onwards then?
Let's go.
All right. Your group trudges onwards, leaving the cut up wolf carcasses behind in the middle of the road. You trudge onward for some time. Oh, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Who didn't want to do the long rest again?
Hold on. I've got to just look at the table because I didn't pull it up like a smart boy. Okay, so this is daytime. Who's so what's your marching order?
Tech is always in the front.
Gwen
Botek.
is always in the back.
Yep, and then Crowley and Thixora, and Crowley, Thixora, and then yep, to try and keep like the strongest, the ones who are a little weaker in the middle, just so that we can defend, so I don't get KO'd.
Okay, so you have the weaker ones in the middle. Who's in the back?
Gwen.
Gwyn is in the back. Botak is in the front.
Yep.
Okay. I need you, Botak, to make a survival check for me.
Alrighty.
As you're kind of standing in front and looking out.
Hey, that's 16.
16. As your group continues along this path, you're kind of looking out, making sure there's nothing going to get the jump on you or anything like that. And that's when you spot something strange, Botak. A small bit of leaves along the road. Kind of slightly out of place. It looks like something has been covered up.
Oh. Is it like in the middle of the road? Is it?
It is a slightly off to the side of the road. It is kind of a little bit ajar of the middle of the road. It's still on the road itself, but it is next to the bank.
Right. Guys, I don't know about you, but that seems a little off to me. I point up ahead at the clearly, obviously looking trap.
It's
Somebody,
it's leaves and pine needles, and kind of this detritus.
I think somebody left something there for catching wild game or something, because that's definitely not a natural. I've seen traps like this before.
Well then, how far away are we from it?
You're about 15 feet away from it.
We'll just go around.
Thurxar is gonna signal the others to stay back and then starts mage handing around in the bushes trying to trigger it.
Okay.
Safety.
You use your mage hand and kind of brush away a few of the leaves and pine needles, and you hear this the sound of a large metal trap, steel jaws caked with rust, snaps shut. kind of falls over to its side.
Well, you were right, Botek.
Yeah, I got a nice eye. Not gonna lie.
Nice
Shall
survival
we
roll on that one,
continue?
Botek.
Shall we continue onwards?
Yeah, we'll just go around that leaf pile. Just,
Yep.
off to the other side.
Okay.
Okay.
That's dangerous, though.
Your
Somebody
group
should really,
carefully maneuvers around this trap, this very large, for bears, for wolves, you're not sure what, or why somebody would put it in the middle of a road. But you slowly step around the side of it, being very careful, making sure you guys, your group, keeps an eye out for any more traps in the future. You press onwards. As you continue onwards, the trees around you, the forest, seems to be getting thicker and thicker along this road. It is almost stifling how these these deciduous trees, before they were kind of barren when you were higher up, there was few leaves on them. But as you get deeper into this valley and towards what you might assume might be the bottom of this valley, where this lake is kind of pooled, the trees have a little bit more vegetation to them, a little bit more greenery. The pines and the deciduous trees form kind of this choking tunnel almost as you continue forward. Give me one secarino.
God fucking damn it!
just hold on. It may not be a bad thing.
We should have taken the long rest.
It's candy. It's a
I
pile
can
of
guarantee
candy.
you
You
it's
guys run into a
real.
pile of cotton candy in the middle of the woods.
It's
Burn it.
no, it's just like a package of candy sitting on a plate with a sign that says "Adventurer Food." Wile E. Coyote style.
Yeah, just a big arrow pointing at, like, definitely not a trap.
Mage hands.
Mage hand. The best cantrip ever.
Just the Strahd standing off in the distance with like a rope and a rock hanging off of a pulley.
He's like licking his lips and like moving his hands back and forth like, dinner is served. All right. As you continue forward, the old Svalich road meanders into this kind of choked off section of the woods. And then it begins to, at least to your east, it begins to part slightly. The woods become less dense as you continue to trudge onwards. And you can see, as the fog over the course of the day begins to dissipate more and more, these large, brooding mountains to the north. Just behind the lake. They are intimidating and dark. You look to the south as well, and you see, again, the huge snowy mountain that has been kind of ever present on your journey whenever there's a small amount of fog, whenever the vision lets you see it. Then the woods recede, and you see in front of you a very large man-made wall, what seems to be a wooden palisade surrounding a small burg. Thick fog presses up against this wall, as though looking for a way inside. You can see in front of you, the dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates. Shadowy figures stand behind them. As you continue forward, you see planted in the ground next to these gates and flanking the road are a half dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them. This is some sort of town. Assumedly, Vallaki. Looks like you guys have reached your destination. Without dying. Congratulations. So far.
Yay!
Who was worried? Who was worried that we
Then
wouldn't do
the firing
it?
squad steps out.
Suddenly,
if-
500 crossbow bolts.
If your roll would have been worse and you would have walked into that trap, I wouldn't have had the skill slots left to heal you. So we would have had to let you lay there, bleed out, leave you behind.
What do you mean?
Well,
Bear
with
trap
the
wouldn't
stick.
do
Bleeding damage.
the freaking bear trap would not do 32 points of damage. That was good thing.
Oh, but considering that you're a gnome and not a normal-sized human, instead of just taking your leg off, it would just cut your torso off your head.
Gnomes take extra damage from hunting traps. Confirmed. So you guys see,
Horrible but hysterical.
flanking both sides of the road as you continue on, these large pikes with these wolves' heads kind of staked on. These are normal-sized wolf heads. They're not as big as the ones you guys encountered. And they're kind of just hanging there with their tongues hanging out,
Poor babies.
flies buzzing around them.
Question, do the wolf pelts that we looted from the dire wolves, do they have the heads still on them?
Yeah, they would have the head still on them, I would say.
I have a very dumb idea. Crowley!
Yeah.
Try wearing it like this more, and she basically drapes the wolf pelts around his neck with the wolf head basically sitting on top of his head. Everybody, I'm proud to introduce the Wolf Slayer Crowley.
My crew would be happy about this.
Why is this needed?
I think this might get us entry through those gates.
I mean, just let's just go.
All right, let's get in there, I guess.
What you guys doing?
We are approaching the gates.
All right.
Going up to the
Crowley
gate.
has his wolf slayer regalia on. As your group approaches the gate slowly,
I get mistaken for a fucking wolf.
you hear the shadowy figures from behind the gate shout out to you. Who goes there?
A traveling party from Barovia. The village, not the country.
You're travelers. What business do you have in Vallaki?
We want to sell pelts.
There's an odd pause. You can see as the fog slowly rolls by, 2 armed guards. 1 male, 1 female. They kind of move closer together, begin whispering to each other for a moment. Come closer.
You okay? Botek's just gonna walk on right up.
Okay.
Luxora's gonna follow him.
You guys
Yep. Same.
Same with Ben.
move closer. They inspect you, looking you up and down. The female speaks up. You are here to sell wolf pelts.
Yes, that is correct. This here is the best hunter in all of the village of Barovia. Crowley the Wolf Slayer.
They look at each other. Roll a deception check for me.
Deception check, okay.
I will say with
Technically, it's
advantage
probably the
because
truth.
he has the wolf pelt regalia on, and that'll.
It's actually probably
That
not the
is
truth.
Du-du-du-du-du.
It's actually,
Ooh, 23.
23.
Nice. But it would still be considered not the truth because Riley's not from Barovia.
Well, we have the sister of the burgomaster with us, so maybe that fits them.
They look at each other. Well, it seems you missed the Wolf's Head Festival,
Oh,
but I suppose the burgomaster wouldn't mind a few more Wolf's Head added to the collection.
if you don't mind me asking, what is this Wolfhead Festival?
The Wolf's Head Festival is a festival to bring cheer and happiness to all of Barovia. The slaying of wolves will bring smiles to the faces of those who cower in fear outside of the town gates. At least it was until it ended. Now it's the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Second festival, so
Let them through! He shouts over his shoulder. You hear this noise as this large palisade begins to begin to rise through the
Thuxora-
turning of gears.
Thuxora slightly bows to him, being like, "Thank you very much."
Do not make any trouble.
We're not intending to.
never the
The
intention.
city, so we were told, is a safe haven, and we wanted to stay that way.
It will be a safe haven as long as there's no trouble stirred up.
That's why we are not intending to cause trouble.
Good to hear. He says dismissively almost as you guys continue to pass by. He seems to be. There's an odd passive dismissal to your group almost.
Something seems off. I'm not saying in a bad way, kinda. I'm not sure, but if I'm a person, okay, of any type,
Mm-hmm.
if there is a festival going on, and then it ends, and then another festival is starting up right away, why wouldn't that one festival just continue?
Botek, Answer me a question. Where are we?
I believe in Barovia.
Mm-hmm. Is that explanation enough?
I'm gonna bring you guys to a
No.
place. It's gonna be over here.
No, not really. No. Anyway.
Botek, if they have one reason to celebrate,
Oh
and
no!
then they have another reason to celebrate as well, then it would be stupid to merge two festivals if you can have two, into one if you can have two.
Okay. It's just odd to have them so close together. That's all.
I mean, I have heard of lands that fire that have another festival every day. So I don't think it's too
Aw.
odd.
You pass through this large iron palisade. And enter what is a pretty decently sized town, at least compared to what you've seen before. There are people moving about. There is chatter. To your north and south, large buildings, slightly older, dilapidated, but nowhere near the level that you had seen previously in the village of Barovia. They seem to be recently kept up and renovated. The fog here is much thinner and not nearly as present as elsewhere. You can actually see a pretty decent ways in the distance. This long street meanders through the town. As you begin to walk on this pretty decent cobblestone road, the townspeople dressed in these kind of patchwork clothes, not very nicely dressed, but they kind of watch you with a suspicion. And as you move along, conversations are hushed. Eyes turn to you. People freeze in their tracks. Anybody moving goods back and forth kind of stops to let you move past and just eyes you. It is safe to say you attract a lot of attention here. These are almost all humans.
Well, looks like all eyes are on us, being the strangers in the town.
Who's drawing circles on the map?
Hmm.
Well, I'm
Okay.
sure places like this don't get too many visitors, as outsiders generally don't seem to be a thing, which we've learned.
Yeah. True. Uh maybe we start asking around for an inn, a tavern, something to rest up. Maybe get the lay of the land, talk with some locals, see what's going on around town. Besides this festival, apparently.
Yeah, and I think we can sell one of our wolf pelts. By the way, is it just me, or does the layout of these roads look like the face of a puppy?
Barf, barf.
Honey.
Or a wolf. Maybe a wolf pup.
It's more one of those walking sausages.
Who's who's tracing all the roads? Ree, you're gonna confuse everybody. That's not the map. All right, what's your group doing?
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna walk up to somebody.
Okay.
Random person on the road.
You spy a kind of a gruff older man carrying a large like a crate full of turnips. You approach him as he continues on with his kind of work. He's moving the crate from one side of a building to another. As you get closer to him, he abruptly stops in his tracks and he kind of turns to you, furrowed brow, eyeing you suspiciously.
Hello, sir. Me and my companions just arrived in town, and we were wondering, is there perhaps a inn or tavern of sorts somewhere around that we can, get a drink, get some food, maybe get some a room for the night?
He doesn't say anything, and he just points down the road in the direction that you are heading, down the main road.
Is
The
there
Blue Water Inn.
Blue Water Inn? Gotcha. Is there like a sign out front or no?
He just
Just so we know.
continues. He seems to almost ignore you and kind of continues bringing the turnips to a designated spot on the other side of the building.
Well, guys, let's go that way then.
Well,
Was
I
this
thank you
just
very
asked
much
for that?
for the help, sir, and have a nice day.
He continues to move the turnips back and forth,
And just gonna
ignoring your
walk
presence.
down. Yeah. Just gotta ask people. At least we know which
As your
way
group
we're in now.
moves forward along the road, you guys are continuing forward.
Hey,
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't take you
See.
long. As you pass by everybody giving you odd stares, some people kind of move off the street, giving you a very wide berth as you move along. It doesn't take you long before you reach a very large split in the road. It seems to the south you see a huge kind of open area. It is a... Hold on, give me a second. Let me make sure I've got this right. I'll make sure I got the town map right. You see this large kind of open area full of strange junk and kind of a mishmash of all sorts of random objects. Several locked sheds. This large warehouse. And you see it kind of hanging over this area. There's an entrance, a kind of large arch above it. And it reads on top of it, Arisek Stockyard. There's all sorts of strange debris. These locked sheds, all sorts of odds and ends, kind of laying about in the middle of this open, large area. No people. Just this odd, eerie silence. Your group continues onward, meandering through the streets, getting strange stares. You do see something you haven't really seen a lot of here. Children. These children don't seem to be playing. As you move through the streets, a group of them kind of huddle near the corner of a building. Not laughing, not smiling. They just turn to you and eye you as you go by. Saying nothing.
The people aren't very talkative in here, are they?
Um, I don't know if we're going to get much information or anything out of this place. I mean, trying to dock did us some good, but I don't know if these guys are going to be all too open about things. None of them really seem to be all that, especially for what we've seen already in Barovia, cheerful-ish. Not like I'm not saying like happy or anything like that, but they don't seem. I don't know. They seem a little bit more annoyed than cheerful, or just just people.
Hold on. Plasma Iridium Nom Noms, I gotta get some. That's an excuse for me to nom on something really quick.
I'm not sure though. I can't quite place my finger on it.
Wolf jerky. Botek, are you still in front?
Yeah.
And Gwen's still in the rear.
Yes.
Gwen, roll me a perception check as you're watching out. Okay. You just see people staring at you, watching you. It's an odd feeling around here. Some people seem to be... There seems to be a distinct difference in a few people that some of them kind of just slowly turn to you, no expression. Some kind of seem to cower out of your way, but nobody greets you.
I'm not surprised at this reaction.
Much like the last city earlier, they are strangers here, so not very much of a welcome. I didn't expect any though.
You can't blame them. This isn't normal for them, I suppose.
You guys do stand out, and when I say you guys stand out, oh boy, do you stand out with your, Botak wearing his plate armor. You know,
Chain armor.
chain armor. Sorry, the dragonborn in your midst. Thurxora with her very fancy looking lyre, and Crowley with his tattoos. You guys,
Yeah, we're
oh boy. Compared to the
in
absolute,
this city.
there's very little color to any of their clothing. They seem to, these kind of drab, darker colors, trying their best not to stand out.
Yeah, in this city, we definitely stick out like a sore thumb. But not much we could do about that.
Your group continues
Well-
to move forward. Give me 1 second, Reno. Until you see at a large crossroads where 5 different roads kind of meet in the center of town. There's a decent amount of buildings here. Most of them look like houses. They're some kind of shops or something. You're not exactly sure. There aren't a lot of. There's no signage. There's no sort of like commerce even going on in this town. Really, it's very strange and very seems to be. The people moving back and forth seem to kind of know where they're going already. And it doesn't seem like there's a lot of tourism in this town. Signage for outsiders, at least. But you do spot this gray smoke issuing from a chimney of a large 2-story wooden building. With this big stone foundation and a sagging tile roof. Several ravens are perched atop it. And they turn their heads towards you as you approach and kind of... You see a painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance that depicts a blue waterfall. It says the Blue Water Inn.
I think we might have found ourselves the inn, guys.
Oh, good.
All right, let's get up and get. Let's get inside and see if they have a room for us, or a few rooms.
Maybe some food too. I'm gonna go open the door.
All right, you guys approach the inn, and I'm going to bring you to a whole new map.
Maps.
More maps.
Maps.
If it works. Oh, we got to scroll down. That's right. Okay. You just got to scroll down to the bottom right, and you guys should see it. Your group approaches this. It's not too shabby of a shape. This building, this large, these thick, heavy, dark wooden timbers make up the sides of this building. The tile roof sags, but it's still in pretty decent shape comparatively. standing on top of the sign as you get near. A raven kind of turns its head, eyes you. You guys can you guys move your tokens? Just give me a confirmation that the tokens worked correctly because roll 20.
I can move mine. Thuxora jumps into the well.
Jumps into the well.
Kotek goes in through the window.
Oh no.
How? Chachi, there's steps in front of the door. And I assume that it's not one of those fancy windows that goes all the way down to the floor, so how the heck are you going to reach it?
Simple. I
Flying
jump.
gnomes?
You see this kind
I am-
of
I am Kotek. I
dilapidated
jump good.
stone well to your left as you continue on. Looks like it's still functional, if not a little worn down. As you open the doors to this building, they kind of take a little bit of force, and you open the doors and look inside. You're greeted by these large damp cloaks that hang from pegs in the entrance portico. You see a tavern packed with tables and chairs, narrow paths meandering between them. It seems like there are quite a few tables and chairs in here, a lot of furniture, insinuating that this place might actually get some decent amount of visitors. You see a bar stretches along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Another balcony overhangs the entrance that you approached from to the east. All the windows are fitted with these thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hang above the bar, resting on the tables, kind of bathing this room in this dull orange light, casting kind of some strange shadows upon the wall, but it is very comfortable looking in here, especially considering you guys have been on the road for quite some time. Interesting, you see that the walls are adorned with these wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques, sitting in various snarling poses.
Very welcoming. Very homey.
At the bar counter itself, you see a kind of a taller woman standing behind the bar counter. She has this dark hair that is kind of put up in a bun, but the hair has some strange. It's a very like salt and pepper kind of look to it. There's a white streak down the middle of her hair. These feathers kind of poke out of the back of her bun, seemingly keeping her hair kind of bunched up like that. She wears this much nicer dress than most of the regalia you've seen the other villagers in. Still these dull colors, this kind of a dull gray with these kind of poofier sleeves. But it seems like almost like something nobility would wear. Very strange for the keeper of an inn. She seems to be engaged in conversation with another individual who sits at the bar, they both are kind of laughing together. This other individual wears this bright, wide-rimmed kind of straw hat with bright, colorful feathers poking out of it. A huge contrast to any sort of design or outfit that you've seen in Barovia thus far. He wears this bright purplish frilly garb, puffed out sleeves. Seems to very much stand out here, especially compared to everything you've seen. Kind of like there's like a bit of a V-neck going down his tunic, huge frills coming out of it. They seem to be laughing about something, engaging in some kind of conversation, but you can't really make it out from where you're at. As you enter the door, the two of them kind of stop their conversation and look towards you. There's a bit of silence on the air. Oh. Oh my. Welcome. Please take your seat. Whatever you desire. I will be with you in a moment. The person behind the bar speaks up. The strange man in the large cap, seeming to be, you notice his ears slightly pointed. Seems to be a half-elf of some sort. He watches you with a curious expression on his face.
All right. Warmer welcome than what we've had so far today. Okay, so where do you want to sit? Should we sit over there, pointing close to the guys, or should we sit over there in the corner?
I think we should sit in the center.
Okay. We'll just go over here and take a seat.
Yeah, Thaxora is also gonna sit down.
All right. Your group says, "Oh, this music is way too somber for this place. No, we need something a little more lively." That one's too sad. We can't have that music. We can't, you know.
Here we go now.
Just play the Star Wars Cantina theme.
How to get the MCA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Disney's coming for you.
I think with the right version, not really, because there have been Star Wars games that had the Cantina Band song in it, so or in them. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah.
technically it's a
Playing
game
those
song because
games,
it's been in
though.
games.
Yeah.
Also, I saw that sexy redemption, Tama. I see that.
I assume Marina is just gonna stay outside.
Irina's like, no, I'll be out here. No, give me 1 second. Bum, bum.
BRB, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I really need to go to the Sorry, to the bathroom as well. Do you guys
break.
mind if we do a bathroom break real quick?
BRB stands for bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
Bathroom break. 3 minutes. Go.
Okay, I will be right back, guys.
Your clock is ticking, guys.
Dun 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 dun.
So, what are you guys up to today, other than playing Curse of Strahd? Nobody? Okay. Seems like it is my lonely job to entertain everybody else. So, chats, how are you guys doing? Is everybody doing fine?
We're doing okay. How are you?
I'm going good. Yep. So much for that.
Funny streamer make funny mistake.
Haha, yes.
I am tired.
Hi, tired, I'm deadly. Okay, Taco is going good. That's good.
Neat. Do 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 do. You need to learn that on your keyboard.
You mean that?
There you go. Now just loop it for when Waffles comes back. And from the
Something like
top.
that.
Waffles is gone. Oh. I'm back.
Move this over here. I got the reverb. It got a little out of hand. I just wanted a little. Waffles is gone. That's why I sing this song. So
I definitely wasn't
Waffles
singing Cantina music in the
does-
bathroom.
Oh god. Headphones. There we go.
Were you singing a Waiting for Waffles song?
And I unplugged my headphones again because I'm stupid. And this cable got stuck somewhere. I don't know where.
It sounds like me. Oops, unplugged my headphones again. Lost all my stream
yep.
sound.
All stream sound, all camera sound, everything's gone.
Did it.
Something like that.
Tama, get out of the drawer. No, Tama, we need you. Tama, we need you for the roleplay. Must be badass Gwyn. Ready to beat some butt. I'm gonna eat more
Here's
jerky while I have the chance.
Gwyn the big bonker.
Yeah, Gwyn the bonker.
I
What was, that was pretty good. Whoever did, was that you, Tama?
No, that was me.
Roots.
Was that you, Schmoodle?
Yeah, that was me.
That was amazing.
These are the noises I make at work.
Is that what you were
when I'm
doing
just
while you were in the
tired of dealing
bathroom?
with stupid people. Just walking back to go open a turkey or something to slice in the slicers, and I'll just be like, and my coworkers are just like, "Yeah, I feel that."
That's about right.
Okay. That works.
Give me a second. I gotta finish munching on this jerky.
Oh, did you bring enough for all of us?
Nope.
No, you
It's
don't want that
fine.
jerky.
Waffles,
It's
did you
awesome.
bring enough for all the class?
No! I don't want to share. It's my jerky.
There you are, chocolate.
It's my tough as hell jerky that's impossibly hard to eat.
Leather.
Oh, guys, this is the toughest jerky I've ever tried in my life. Don't buy Great Value brand beef jerky. Not good.
Why not?
Because it takes you like an hour to eat it.
It's great value, not great quality.
Yeah,
It's true.
exactly. The great value part is that it takes you that long to actually eat it.
Yeah, you're getting extra value out of it because it takes you that much longer to chew. You're getting a good mouth workout with it. Oh, Plasma, you got cake? Oh, give.
Whoa.
What cake?
Wait, what kind of cake?
Give me.
Oh, I should have got pumpkin pie. Fudge.
My uncle brought over cake the other day, and I saw it was chocolate cake, and I was like, yeah, I'm not really that into regular chocolate cake. And then I discovered it has cheesecake filling inside of the chocolate cake, and I was like, oh.
That you just made Dudley's mouth water.
So the thing about cake, right, is because it's like super duper. Unless you get a really good moist cake, it's super duper dry, and you get that kind of dry fluffiness to it. And I'm not really a big fan of the dry fluffy cake.
I
But
think
man,
that's the trick to making cake, to make it not dry.
yeah, that's the hard part. Chocolate swirls and Maltesers. Oh, that actually sounds pretty good. Man. Suddenly the bar owner brings you a freaking cake because I want cake now.
Yes,
Pumpkin
yes, I'll take it.
Complimentary pumpkin pie on the house.
D&D where you can just live out the fantasy of whatever you want right now, and you just be like, you get a giant cake.
We need a birthday cake over here.
Next, we're
What?
doing
Whose
the
birthday
opposite
is
of Curse of Strahd. We're gonna do like
I don't
Land
know.
of Heaven.
You know what? It's somebody's birthday somewhere. Birthday
Fairy
cake.
tales from the fairy forest.
Yeah, exactly. You guys like just anything. It's gonna be just anything you wish for. You're gonna get. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the best campaign. The most hardcore campaign. Turns out the cake is poison.
Pie already had drugs in it, so.
Yeah, you already had drug pie. As your group goes to sit down, I will play some music. You also spot a pair of more kind of these two gruff looking men. One of them bald with a huge, just a massive beard. These large fur lined shoulders with this kind of dark gray fur on it. Large coat. Kind of a very dour expression on his face, kind of a permanent sulking look. A lot of wrinkles on his forehead. Next to, or sitting across from kind of a younger looking man, this well-combed brown hair, kind of a more of like maybe a deer leather kind of coat to him, still fur around the collar, this mustache and goatee, not as dour looking, but still kind of eyes you, sitting across from his friend. As your group sits down, the lady from that was sitting behind the bar approaches you. Ah, welcome to the Blue Water Inn. I have to say, we haven't gotten outsiders here in a long time. What brings you into town?
We have multiple businesses here. For one, we want to sell some wolf pelts. Additionally, we just want to get out of Barovia village. So, yeah.
You come from the village to the east.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you've certainly traveled a long way, and you look worse for wear, if you don't mind me saying.
No, that's very fair.
Looks as if it's been a harrowing journey.
We had quite an encounter.
We had a run with a pack of wolves, and yeah.
Yeah.
But well, now we have stuff to sell.
I'm sorry to hear. Well, if you would like to stay at our inn, we can procure a bath for you. Maybe get you washed up a little bit.
Oh,
Give you a decent meal. It is 50 silver, or 5 silver for a night. And 5 silver for a meal. If you would like.
oh, let's take a look at my money. This is basically 1 gold for a meal and a night.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm just gonna slide over gold coin. I'll take a meal. Whatever is the freshest and room for the night.
Very well. We have a 1 room available. You can all it has 4 beds to it, if you would like. Or we have 1 separate room that you could have if you would like,
I think it's
with only
best
1 bed in it.
I mean, we need 5 beds anyways, so we need both rooms as well.
Very well. That will be 1 gold for the night, and then for the meal, 5 silver apiece.
I'll pay for the room for the one room, with the big room and the my meal.
I will say a meal for all of you will cost 2 gold.
Thux are about so over to Crowley, being like, "Hey, Crowley, can you borrow me some money?"
I'll pay for the meal.
Okay. Well then. So that will be the 2 rooms and the meal. And we can draw you up a bath if you would like.
Sure.
Please let us know if there's anything else we can do to make your stay here more comfortable.
I have to say, you're more welcoming than the rest of the town has. Everyone seemed to avoid us, give us looks, and not very much, well, like you've been.
I apologize for the candor of my fellow townspeople. They are wary of outsiders. They usually do not bring good luck here. But me and my husband make it a priority of ours to take care of any such travelers that might be in need of a place to stay here. It would be remiss of us not to enjoy the companies of outsiders.
Nice. New people, strange people. Well, maybe not strange people, but new people to town could always be some excitement. You never know. Could be fun.
Yes,
So I enjoy your great welcome build for us.
I agree. Our patron here, Mr. Octavio, has been regaling us with stories of the outside world, and I found them most enjoyable to listen to. It has been quite a good few weeks listening to him. These past few months have gone by so much quicker with the perspective of an outsider. Either way, I will fetch your meals. My husband is on kitchen duty right now.
Gotcha.
All right. Thank you very much.
She briefly bows her head slightly and turns around, kind of holding herself in this more aristocratic fashion. She kind of folds her hands on her stomach and moves away with this kind of graceful candor that seems a little out of place. She's gone for a few minutes, leaving you with the staring eyes of these two gruff individuals to the table, kind of to the northern side of the inn, and the strange man in the large-rimmed cap. Your travels must have been interesting so far, he says, finally speaking up at your group.
Yeah.
One could definitely say that, my friend.
I am pleased to make your acquaintance. I am Rictavio. Might I know your names?
I am Botek. How do I spell Octavio?
Rictavio. Rictavio.
RICT. Brain fart.
Entertainer at your service. He kind of bows his head.
Oh, an entertainer.
You're spelling
What
it
ways do
again,
you
I'm
entertain
sorry.
people?
I am a bit of a storyteller, you could say. I used to have a traveling show, though it has been somewhat put on halt as of the moment. It has been an interesting few months. I've had myself stuck here in Vallaki for the time being.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I think I botched the introduction. She points at Crowley. This is Crowley.
Well met.
Then she points at Guinevere. This is Guinevere. She points at Arena. This is Arena.
She kind of gives a brief smile and wave.
And last but not least, myself. My name is Thuxaraxark with Xafx.
May I sit with
call it-
you?
Just call her Threx.
Threx. I will call you Threx. Yes, that seems much easier all the time.
uses the trick that she learned from Strahd and mage hands the chair away from the table a little bit to signal him to sit down. Yes, you may.
Be my
Oh,
guest.
interesting tricks you have. Tell me. And he kind of scooshes the chair, sits down in it, rests his shoulders on the table, and kind of sets his chin on top of his hands. Where does your group come from?
We came from many different places. We just met right outside the mists, so
We
Ah,
We-
different walks of life then.
yes, we by chance happened to find our way into Barovia. Not by our apparently not by our own choice.
Well, your stories seem to coincide with mine then. For I too am trapped here in Barovia, just as you all. Tell me, how has your travels been thus far? You must have traveled a long way to get here. I'm so curious to hear your story.
Oh, let me tell you, we've had a story to tell here. Uh, we've slept in. I would pretty much call it a haunted mansion because, one minute it's fine, it looks pristine and nice. We start going up the stairs and everything, trying to find somebody to talk to about like staying the night or something. Then the whole thing becomes completely like dread. I'm talking like everything turned really dark into dust, and it was musty, like somebody hadn't lived in there for like years and years. And then it turned into a death house where it's just like traps on like every single door and all over the place. It was crazy.
Otek, should I maybe take over?
Be my guest if you want to.
Yeah, because I guess you can say I'm a storyteller myself, of sorts. And
Are you now?
Thuxora pulls out her lyre and starts playing and singing her song that she usually performs at these occasions, just to tell the story of the group and their travels through Barovia.
Okay.
At some point, you need to actually write this as a real song.
Doing that at some point.
The story that Thrixora. So you pull out your lyre and you start playing this song, and you've been working on this piece for a little bit. The story of your group. Roll a performance check for me, just because I want to see.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Do you know that feeling when you're rolling and the dice just rolls off your desk and disappears with darkness
Yep.
below it?
Yep, I know that feeling.
Which is especially annoying because I have black dice.
Oh no.
But I found it. Okay. That is a 13 plus 3 is 16.
16, okay. It's a pretty mesmerizing performance. The rest of you hear these beautiful tones come out of Thrixora's lyre. Are you just going to recount all of the details of the events that have happened up to this point?
Just the major things.
Just the major things, like the meeting with Strahd and the village of
The
Barovia.
death of Lily.
Okay. You play this song, and Rictavio seems entirely fixated on your story and just eyeing you, listening intently. And as your song draws to a close, he claps his hand. Well, that was magnificent. You've all been through quite a lot. It is not very often that people can say they met with Strahd himself and lived. Hats off to you.
I guess we were lucky in that regard.
Yes, he seemed to have some
Little bit.
sort of other intention for you. I assume if he wanted to kill you, he probably would have done more in that respect. But I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Very interesting. Very strange. I myself have been through several trials, even just to get here. But I have not met him face to face. I'm so very intrigued.
Must be you probably don't. Well, he might be a interesting type of guy. He is still a vampire.
And a bit of a
He's-
dick.
Yeah, he's also a bit of a dick.
How much do you know about vampires?
Ah. Well, I know quite a bit being a paladin of Tovorn. I've read about them in my books. They burn in sunlight.
Oh, you're a paladin of Toviran then.
Hmm.
Interesting. Very ironic that you would find yourselves in a land without sunlight as a dawnbringer, so to speak.
I know. It's perplexing and odd to not see the morning sun so much. But nonetheless, I move on.
Yes,
Good
this is a very interesting place. I've not seen the sunrise since I got here. And your friend over there, that is the one whom he seeks. Irina. Well met, Irina. Any inkling as to why he seeks you out? None that I can think of.
I actually have an assumption in that regard. Because he called her a different name, I assume that she might look alike to somebody he once knew.
Interesting. Do you recall this name, perchance?
He did keep calling her Tatiana.
Tatiana. Tatiana. Does this name sound familiar to you, miss?
No, I've never heard this name before in my life. I do not know why he calls me such, but nevertheless, he seems fixated on me either way.
Rictavio looks over his shoulder at the two gruff men kind of eyeing your group. We should speak in more hushed tones. You never know where his spies are.
Okay.
Doctora looks through the window to see if she can see any ravens.
Make a perception check. Now I got beef jerky stuck in my teeth. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I got it. I got it. 21. You can't see a raven through the window, but you can definitely hear them. They're still perched outside somewhere. You just hear, ah! Ah! Very faintly through the windows and doors.
Okay.
How long have you been in Barovia?
Let me think. I think it's been about a week. Maybe a little longer? Not long.
Well, well done on you for surviving this long and keeping your wits about you, I have to say. Outsiders seem to have a lot of trouble here, as I've experienced myself.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, how did you get here, good sir?
Yeah, I was about to ask, what kind of troubles have you faced on the way here?
Well, it's a bit of a long story. I myself was traveling. Well, I was traveling, we'll say, through a heavily forested area. Have you ever heard of Valachan?
I cannot say that I have.
I take that as a no. Well, you see, I was traveling through the village of Torakol in the jungle of Valachan. At one point, well, let's say I didn't make too well of an impression with the tribe of locals that was in the village.
Oh.
I was being chased by a band of, well, these locals when I ran into a peculiar beast, a huge creature with these massive teeth and claws. A peculiar ability to transfer itself from one place to another in the blink of an eye. And one moment it was snarling in front of me, the next it was behind, tearing at the flesh of my unfortunate pursuers.
Oh.
Obviously, it was not a good situation for me to be in, and I hurried myself out of there on my wagon. Next minute you knew, the fog was covering up my wagon, and I found myself here, in Barovia, at the outskirts of the edges of the mist. I traveled along the trail for quite some time. Ran into a few dangers along the way. And after a few weeks surviving on my own, eventually I made it here, to the village of Vlaki, where I've been staying for the past few weeks. It has been a harrowing month, to say the least. But I will have plenty of stories to tell. Of that I have no doubt. This will be great for my repertoire.
Can I roll an insight check to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure. Yes, you can roll an insight check.
22.
22. You notice, as he's telling you this story, his eyes kind of flicker to you a few moments, Botak. He kind of while he's telling this, he kind of briefly eyes you, and then the rest of the group, and continues telling the story, and then he'll like flick back to you and then continue telling the rest of the story.
Oh.
The story seems believable, but you do notice his eyes keep flicking to you suspiciously. Other than that, not much out of place with the story that you can tell.
Okay. Sounds like you had quite the adventure.
Yes,
wonder
I've
why
had.
that club beast didn't smash up your horses and.
I don't know. I have no idea why it didn't target me and it decided to avoid my person. I'm very thankful to it. Perhaps I can get a chance to return the favor someday.
I don't know if I want to go looking for it though.
Well, it seemed intelligent, almost. It seemed like there was a brief intelligence to this creature. I'm not sure what it was about it, but something drew me to it. Either way, I shan't see it again until I leave this land, which I'm still trying to figure out a way to do. You said in your telling of the story that you ran into a group of travelers. These brightly colored fellows. What did you say they were again?
Vistani.
Yes, Vistani. What was your impression of them?
Well, they're a lot more cheerful than the rest of Barovia's people, that's for sure. They do like their party. At least some of them do. They definitely enjoy wine. They really enjoy some wine. They seem like more or less good folk.
Very carefree nature about them.
Yes.
Almost
Not
like
quite rare here.
very rare, you would say. As if they aren't in any danger at all.
Yeah, from what we've heard, they might actually not be. There seems to be a connection between them and Strahd that allows them to roam the lands freely and to even leave Barovia if they desire so.
Yes, interesting. I tried talking with a few myself. Unfortunately, to no avail. They tried to sell me some kind of hoax potion that would let me out of the valley. They said it would let me traverse through the mist. But I know better than to listen to the wives' tales of such nomadic travelers. Well, people like that tend to only have their own interests in mind. No worries, Tama. Oh, you got a headache? Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Aww.
It's okay.
He's okay. Oh, you got some like kind of aspirin or something like that?
Yeah, I need to go get some. I'll
Yeah.
still be listening, but I'll just gotta be AFK for.
Okay, yeah, go grab some aspirin. Or some Tylenol or something. I'm sorry to hear.
And everybody else, always keep in mind, hydrate before you dehydrate.
Yes, make sure you're drinking lots of water.
Right. Down an entire thing of Mountain Dew.
Exactly,
I'm
yes.
joking.
Time to chug some Mountain Dew.
Just remember to drink your chocolate milk. You'll be fine.
Milk doesn't hydrate you, though.
Look, my body is not made of water, it is made of chocolate milk.
As you guys are having this conversation, suddenly you see the one of the doors in the back behind the bar suddenly burst open, and a kind of a large, kind of more heavy set man, this large beard that's kind of frayed out towards the bottom. It kind of starts out towards his chin and moves outwards. This well parted, combed hair. Also, similarly, this salt and pepper look where he's got these white streaks in his hair and even his beard. This very nice coat, kind of these brighter purplish colors. A lot of black and purple on his outfit. Bursts out of this kitchen carrying two trays of this very hefty looking meal. He strides up to your table. I am Erwin Martikov. Welcome to the Blue Water Inn. Here are your meals. He sets the tray on the table and begins handing you what looks to be some sort of steak with, again, potatoes, as is the staple around here. Potatoes and some sort of green leafy vegetable you're not entirely familiar with.
Thuxor is just like, ooh, that looks good.
I'm sorry it took me a bit to finish the cooking. I haven't had to cook for this many guests in quite some time.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine.
Oh, not a problem.
You are an interesting group of individuals.
Oh, trust me. You have no idea.
It's exciting getting new visitors here to our inn. As you no doubt surmised, we don't get a lot here. Usually it's just the regulars such as, our two local wolf hunters over there, and this gentleman here who's been staying with us for, about a month or so. I see you've already met Rictavio. Yes, I've been hearing some of their tales. Erwin, you should listen to them sometime. It's very interesting. Yes, I'm sure it is. I would love to hear your stories sometime. You
We'll
look
have to share it at some point.
like you've been through a lot. Well, you talked to Danica, I assume, about getting rooms here for the night. I assume you might want a place to rest and relax.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but of course.
Perhaps I can bring you some new
Need some R&R.
some new bandages as well. That looks pretty pretty harrowing there. He kind of looks to your wrapped up bandages, Crowley.
I've been through worse.
Well,
Definitely
might
do appreciate the new bandages.
I will extend the hospitality of the Martikov family. Welcome to our inn, and stay here as long as you wish. Know that we are friendly faces here. And should you need a safe place to stay, we will do our utmost to provide that for you. Suddenly, out of the back doors, again, they kind of swing open. Or, sorry, the singular back door kind of like swings open, clanging against the side. Two smaller children run about, kind of trying to seem to be playing tag or something. They tag one of each other. There is a smaller child, about a little less than 10 years old, and one probably maybe 11 or 12 or so. both have like this well-combed hair. One is kind of rounder than the other. The older one seems a little bit rounder. The salt and pepper hair, again, you see these kind of white streaks in their hair. And the hair kind of clumps together in these kind of odd, I want to say almost like anime style kind of hair chunks that are kind of very messy and all over the place on the rounder child, and on the other one kind of well combed, neat. They wear these pretty fancy looking capes in the same kind of coloration that Irwin himself carries, this darker purples and blacks. There seems to be these kind of very ornate, well, I say ornate, but not like colorful, kind of just these feathers popping off of these different places on their coats. And they, as they're playing tag, they turn to you and they see this large group of strangers in the inn. Their faces light up and they run to me. Outsiders! Outsiders! And they rush up to your table and kind of just peek over the edge of it, bright smiles on their faces. Where are you from? When did you get here? Who are you?
Well. Let's see. Where to start? I Potek. Nice to meet you, little ones. I'm from outside of Barovia. Outside the mist.
You from outside the mist? Brom, they're from outside the mist. Shh. Bray, you are asking too many questions. I'm sorry for my brother. What are your names? They're both kind of resting their heads, their chins on the edge of the table.
My name is Crowley. I'm from outside the mist as well.
Oh.
But I come from the ocean.
Why do you have why do you have strange markings on you?
Oh, each one of them tells a story. Every time some huge adventure happened with me and my crew, I'd get something to remember.
Like Octavio stories?
Something like that.
Oh, what is this one? And he points to a random tattoo on your chest.
Crowley's just gonna like go over different ones and tell them the stories for them.
They both like stared wide-eyed and with interest. Rictavio himself also kind of listens to you, kind of watching you. Irwin kind of puts his hand on their heads. All right, that's enough. Brombre, go make sure the rooms are prepared for our guests. Yes, Father. You will tell us more stories later, right?
Yes, of course.
Yep, once we're done eating, okay?
Yes! And they both begin to run off towards the stairway and kind of begin pushing each other. They both crowd the stairway at the same time, and they're kind of crawling over each other to get to the top of the stairs quicker. It's, almost a race. I apologize. They are a feisty pair.
Oh, it's no problem. It's actually a little bit more welcoming and warming to see that, especially with how the town is.
Yes. No doubt you've been lacking for hospitality here in Barovia, and that is what me and my wife aim
to at least fix 4 outsiders. We don't get many of them, but we do hope to provide a comfortable place to stay. Yevgeny, Soldar, introduce yourselves here to the outsider guests. Don't just stand there all sour-eyed looking at them. The two kind of the gruffer men sitting in the corner. They've just been watching your group this whole time, with one of them with a scowl on his face and the other kind of with a raised brow and a piqued interest. The dour one kind of just raises his hand and grunts at you. The other one, greetings. Welcome to Vallaki.
Oh, nice to meet you.
That's a nice wolf pelt you've got there. Where'd you get it from? He says to Crowley.
Some big ass wolves that attacked us, you know.
On
They
the way
look at each
here.
other briefly. That is, that's quite a feat. Don't get a lot that can take on wolves around here. Especially the dire wolves like that one.
I've had my fair share of wolves to deal with.
What a coincidence. Us too. And he kind of points to all the placards on the walls. See all those? That was me and Soldar here.
Oh, very well done.
How's that steak you're eating?
Absolutely amazing.
It tastes very gamey. It tastes extremely gamey. It is.
Being out on the sea, Crowley is happy with anything.
Yeah, it is definitely not the nicest food you've had, especially after the dinner with Strahd, which all the meat was perfectly tenderized, no gaminess to it. It was absolutely delicious. This one is very gamey.
Can I use a prestidigitation to flavor it up?
Yes, you can, actually. You can.
I will
You
do
can.
that.
Okay. With a quick turn of your hand and the prestidigitation cantrip, you all notice that the flavor of the meat is much juicier and spicier. Like the little bit of like this kind of a peppery kind of flavor added to it. Much easier to get down. And even the smell kind of changes and smells even more delicious. Yeah, we caught that one last night. I hope you didn't run into any of our traps.
Oh.
We might have, but it didn't hurt us or anything. We saw it.
We saw it on the side of the road.
Well,
You
I'm
may
glad
wanna
we didn't
rearm
have
that
to turn
one.
you into a steak, huh? The other
Yeah.
one just kind of
Yeah,
raises
you,
his
you-
brow.
you might want to rearm that one, by the way.
Eh. Well, it looks like you found the pack that we were hunting anyway.
That's so. There was. I think there was a grand total of like 4.
Yeah, they've been on the outskirts of Vallaki for quite some time. Been harrying travelers around here. We would have taken care of it had you not.
Yeah, there remains a laying further down the road. We took from them what was still usable for us, but 2 of them are too beat up to get anything useful from them.
Maybe
You
we'll
know,
go check it
whenever
out, see if we
you-
can get something salvageable off them. Right, Soldar?
Sure. Be our guests. Just be advised, whenever you're over here, massacred them with her mallet. It's more ghoul than wolf at this point.
Yeah, that's a pretty unique one there. Where do you come from, Scale Lady? Is Tommy here?
What's it? Sorry.
No worries. I just wanted to double check. Didn't know if you were back yet. Did you get that? Did you get the aspirin?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We won't go on much longer. We can stop pretty soon here. They turn to the rest of your group. Well, if you ever need any beasties slain, me and Soldar here, we can take care of them for you.
We will remember that. Oh, by the way, boys, is there a place in this town where we can sell wolf pelts?
We can buy them off you.
That works for me. And she pulls out the other dire wolf pelt and shows it to them.
A dire wolf pelt goes for a bit. I'll give you a gold apiece for these.
One second. Just need to look up in my nice table what costs, how good of a price that is. Ooh.
No worries, Tomo. You get some. You rest your head.
I'm gonna sell this one for you to you for 3.
Roll persuasion.
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 21.
21. Okay.
Bites are just bullshit. Holy.
These are in pretty good condition. Fine. Fine. 3 gold. But that's the max.
All right. Thuxora hands the one pelt over to them. Crowley, do you want to throw yours in as well, or do you want to keep it?
So did you bring the coin purse?
I just want to hold on to this.
All right,
I
then.
want to make it into
Just
something.
this one for now.
You're not selling the other one?
It's his first hunted wolf, so
At
All
least
right.
here.
Fair enough. 3 gold for the one then.
yep.
He takes some money from Zoldar, who kind of hands him 3 golds, slides it across the table with kind of a scoured look on his face. Hands you the gold, takes the pelt, kind of inspects it, stretches it out a little bit, tugs on it. Yeah, that's good quality. Well, we have our work cut out for us. We're gonna bring this to the Tanner. If you need the guide or something like that, well, you can find us at the inn most days. When we're not hunting.
All right.
Come on, Zoldar. I think we've drunk you enough today. Zolder gets up. And he's a big man. Like, this is a pretty big dude. He stands about 6.5 feet tall. Kind of just grunts. Walks past your group, eyeing you. As him and Yevgeny walk out of the building. Direwolf pelt in hand. I pardon their behavior. They're not the most well-mannered, but they do supply us with a pretty steady income of, well, wolf meat steaks.
It's not a problem. Kind of used to it a little bit by now, but I mean, they were nice enough to buy the pelts off us, so
Yeah.
can't be bad guys if they're just hunting around, getting food for you guys to sell, and trying to make some living. Especially,
They're not the most polite, but they are very reliable. So, do not hesitate to seek out their services should you require it. Though, they don't like to travel at night, so be wary of that.
I mean, it's understandable.
You've been through a few nights here, have you not?
Yeah.
yeah. Some on the road. some in
Surprised
the
you still
city.
have your wits about you. It's not easy staying outside of town walls during the night here.
Well, as long as you got some capable people keeping watch, I think you're pretty all right.
Yes, you do seem very capable. Tell you what. I can offer you some wine on the house, and I have a proposal for you, if you will listen.
Sure.
I'm all ears.
Danica! He shouts over his shoulder. And you see her peek her head out from the kitchen door. Give them the grape mash. Number 3. Are you sure we are on our last keg? Do not worry, Danica. For I have a proposal for them, he says, kind of like raising his eyebrows at her. Very well. I will be back in a moment. She heads back behind the door. And about 5 minutes later, she comes out with these kind of mugs full of the dark red wine. And sets them all on the table. For you. One for you too, Rictavio. Oh, I'm very grateful. Thank you. He kind of just pounds it back. He just begins absolutely destroying the mug of wine. Erwin takes his own glass, pulls another chair from a table and kind of inserts it between two of your guys' chairs and makes himself comfortable at the table. Well, you are right now drinking what is the last of our wine. We've run out. Our shipment of wine has stopped coming in. I'll let you in on a little secret about Velaki. The town runs on wine.
It is one of the few sources of happiness here in the town. It is for this purpose that we get any business at all, pretty much here at the Blue Water Inn. Shipment stopped coming in about a week ago. When it was supposed to arrive, I feel the worst may have happened. If we do not get wine shipment, well, the burgomaster probably won't take kindly to us. As
Where do these shipments come from usually?
they come from the winery far to the west, near the village of Kresk. It is called the Wizard of Wines. You follow the Old Svalage Road for about a day or two, and you will come to the Wizard of Wines. Perhaps talk to the man in charge there and ask him where our shipment went. But I warn you, I only ask you this because you are a capable group. As you've taken on 4 direwolves for yourselves, I can only imagine you have what it takes to survive along the roads out there. I would not ask this of anybody else. But we need our wine shipment.
Understandable.
But I would not suggest you go without preparing yourselves first. It is quite a trek. Maybe stay in town for a little bit and stock up, get your bearings. If you need any help from us, I can let you know anything you want about the town of Valaki, the goings-on here. Any such thing. Rictavio here, well, he can entertain you at least while he's here. Sorry, I'm not much of a fighter. But I can tell you what I've seen. I came in from the west trail. I can tell you what I saw on the way.
That would be nice.
I will say one thing. There is a large tower that you will run across along the Old Svalage Road to the west. You might want to avoid it. It's not, well, we'll say, welcome to visitors.
Oh,
Okay.
do you know why?
I'm not sure myself. I tried to enter, and upon trying to enter, I got shocked. And when I say shocked, I mean a large bolt of electricity came and, well, I felt that for quite some time.
Ow.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very, very
Yeah.
interesting.
So, yes, just
Crazy.
steer clear of it, and you should be good. There's a split path as you're traveling. Maybe take the southern path, which will just avoid the tower entirely.
Okay.
And, keep tale of your stories. I wish to hear of them. If you can... If you do survive and you come back, I would love to add it to my repertoire of stories.
Sure. I have no problem telling the tales of what we did. It'd be awesome to know.
Tell me, have you seen a man in a white mask?
Yes, we have.
You have. Interesting. Was he watching you?
For a bit, yes. And then he left. We had an interesting conversation with him.
You talked to him.
Yes.
What did you talk about?
We mainly tried to find out what was going on. Back then, we just barely arrived in Barovia. Didn't really know how we got here, why we got here, and what was happening. He gave us some insights, was very cryptic with other things. So, do you know about anything about him?
Well, to be fair, there are innumerable amount of stories like this all over Barovia. The strange man in white regalia that watches people from the woods. I personally had the misfortune of spotting a stranger eyeing me like this as I traveled here in my wagon. With the white mask and coat, I took him as a specter at first. But there was something strange about him. His movements weren't like those of ghosts I've seen, and he was, well, to be honest, he was far too solid. But, fearing for my safety, I hurried my wagon away from him as fast as I could. I turned around to look over my shoulder, and he seemed to just be walking away.
He answered some of our questions, but other than that, it didn't really bother us.
This piques my interest. Well, thank you for your stories and your information. I think I will add this to my list of stories to tell.
No problem. Thank you for quite a warm welcome and an interesting company for the night.
Yes, well, if you ever want any stories, Rictavio is always here to entertain. I think I'll head to my room now. Erwin, thank you for your hospitality as always. And the wine. He finishes as he chugs the rest of the drink. He tips his hat slightly to you all and begins heading towards the stairwell.
So guys, I don't know about you, but doing this task might be a good thing for them. Also, might be a good thing for us and Crowley too, because they say that there's no wine. Does that mean there's like no other alcohol anywhere in town, or?
Yes, we are the sole providers of wine to the entire village of Laki. Usually the casks come to us first before we sell them out to the Wachters and the Vilakoviches, which are mostly the only ones who purchase the wine here in the area.
Right. Okay. So that means that there will be no alcohol for anybody, either us or the people here, which
Yes.
could actually be very bad.
You are drinking the last of the Great Mash number 3. Do not worry. There wasn't that much left anyways, and I feel like it would be best served to the people who might be able to solve this little problem of ours.
And solve it we shall.
Yes.
No wine is a cardinal sin.
Charlie's on board. What say you, Gwen? Threx?
I think
Sure.
we should help you.
And Irina kind of raises her hand briefly. What should I do? Would you like me to accompany you, or?
It really depends on what you want to do. You can stay here if you want. You can come with us if you want. It's whatever. Do whatever you feel best.
We
Well,
could have we could have them look after Irina while we are go check it out.
look after her. Is she seeking shelter?
Yes.
Yes.
She's,
The reason I left Barovia was to seek shelter here in Vallaki. Ah. Why leave your village then? Well, it is a long story, but I am being pursued by Strahd for reasons that I do not entirely know. Ah.
He's an obsessive, creepy bastard, that's why.
very much so, yes.
You see Erwin kind of squint his eyes for a moment and eye her very curiously. Kind of rubs his chin. I suggest on the morrow you visit the church. I can think of no safer place in town, for it is said that the church is hallowed and sacred, and that no minion of Strahd's can enter there. While I would be fine keeping you here, I cannot guarantee you safety from any such man trying to get to you.
That's true. That might be the best place for it.
As long as the priest isn't keeping his undead son under the floorboards.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's a long story.
Long story over in
Ah,
Barovia village.
I see. So you've had an encounter with one of his spawn then?
Yeah.
Yep. Killed a party member.
Well, I'm sorry to hear of your loss. Know that we will do our best to keep you safe here for the night. As much safety as we can provide, but always keep an eye out. For Strahd is crafty. And nowhere is truly safe from him. But enjoy your wine. Me and my wife will be back in the kitchen. We have important things to discuss. Your rooms are upstairs when you are ready. Is the first door at the end of the... If you go outside the inn and you go up the stairs, it should be just the first door at the top of the balcony.
Okay, thank you.
I wish you the most safety. And he kind of takes a little bit of effort to get himself out of the chair. Let us know if you need anything else. We are happy to provide.
Real quick, is there a place to, say, buy anything in town?
The only place I could think of to purchase goods and services here would be the Arstek Stockyard. It is one of the only places where they sell and buy such various things. Usually, most of the goods are traded personally around town. We lack a blacksmith or any such proper sorts of proper sort of commerce here in Vallaki. It is a very tight-knit group, and they are not especially keen to sell to outsiders. But I've talked with the two that kind of run the Aristex Archyard. They're about the only ones you're going to see that are willing to trade with outsiders. Perhaps they will will have what you need there.
Okay. Thank you very much. A little tired. Thank you very much for the meal. I'll feel a little tired. I'm gonna turn in.
Very well.
I think I'm actually gonna look for the kids because I promised them a story, and I want to keep my promise.
You aren't talking long about the kids before they're at the top of the stairs, kind of pushing each other down the stairs. And they begin rushing towards the outside door. Do you stop them?
The rushing towards the outside door, like leaving
The door you
building,
guys
or-
entered from.
Oh, hey kids! Wait a second.
Yes?
You wanted to hear a story, right?
Yeah, Bram, wait. The outsiders are going to tell us a story.
Actually, I have something better. I have a song of sorts for you.
A song.
And for that, short disclaimer, this is completely improvised. But
Yay.
it's not
Oh, I
gonna be
love
the
it.
way it's song.
Awesome.
Let's
Not the waiting
hear
for
it.
waffle song?
Mayonnaise.
If you could
Mayonnaise.
stop the music,
Mayonnaise.
waffles.
Mayonnaise.
So, should be audible, right? Well, right?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, so the first thing that Thurxora does is, under the assumption that we will go to sleep anyways, she uses one of her spell slots to cast Silent Image.
Okay.
She creates a image of a blue sky under the roof of the tavern. The next thing she does is she uses prestidigitation to create the sensation of warm sun on the skin.
Not to be the thing, but did you say you were out of spell slots?
I had 2 first level spell slots left.
Okay.
Because I can
Good
only heal
use.
4 HP with them.
Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to know. Just wanted
Nope,
to know.
I still had 2 first level slots.
Okay, so you got this this blue sky at the roof of the tavern
Shitload of
and
the blue
the warm
sky and the sun.
sensation.
And,
Okay.
and now the song. I just have the first 4 lines or so improvised because this is already
Children kind
improvised,
of look
but-
at their arms and they feel the warmth and they're looking up at the tavern ceiling.
There is a land of blue skies. Where's the fucking keyboard? Ah, I should have turned on my light. Shit. The land of the shining sun. Specialists will recognize the song potentially.
Irina is also very fixated on
Warmth
this.
on the skin, and this is the point where I stopped improvising the lyrics. about the land of the shining sun. Ah,
Doon 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 doon
and so on
doon
and so
doon
on.
doon doon
And so on
doon.
and so on and so on. The performance is a little better than mine right now because I was literally just like, hey, dumb idea, dumb pun.
Was your mother a tailor? Did she sew your new blue jeans?
Yeah, pretty much.
My mother was a tailor.
And by the end of the song, when we get to the point where everybody is just so drunk that they're just singing along, everybody will just
Irina,
be so drunk that they are singing along.
you notice Irina is very enthralled with the story, almost as enthralled as the young children. She kind of almost has that like childish look upon her face, like ha, as she listens to you sing "House of the Rising Sun." Or I'm sorry, Land of the Land of the Shining Sun.
Yep. Another song that I need to record for this project now.
Beautiful. And yeah, they seem to be thrilled with it, and we're going to, I think, fade to black there as you guys begin to head to bed for the night, because I'm pretty sure Tama's got a big headache and she needs to get some sleepies, and we're already approaching 7:30, so I think we'll stop there. Oh, thank you, LJ. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun. You guys found the one not dour, sad place in all of Barovia. Congratulations. You have not leveled up.
What?
No, still got a little bit to go.
Darn. Oh well. Next time.
Yeah, that was an interesting more role play, not a whole lot of combat, but
It's okay.
you didn't step in
Not
any
every-
traps.
Yeah.
That's
And
some
we were
interesting
completely
characters.
fine. Not a bad thing happened.
Not a single bad thing
whatsoever.
happened whatsoever. See, you guys are worried, and I only rolled
worry
a hunter's
over
trap on the encounter table, so
You almost rolled a what?
I said I only rolled a hunter's trap on the encounter table. You
You're keeping
guys
traps.
are A-okay, see.
For everybody other than Botek, they just take a leg off at max.
Yeah.
So,
They take, yeah.
Oh.
oh my god.
It's worse for gnomes. Does an extra D10 to gnomes.
Now I'm imagining this image of Botek walking into the hunter's trap, and he's so small the trap basically just closes above him and just does nothing.
Yeah, he's so
I
he's super
squirrel to
powerful.
you? Am I
he's,
squirrel to you?
he's like fairy
Am I
sized apparently at this
squirrel
point.
sized? I'll have you know I can pick you up and toss you across town.
Tama, thank you for surviving this long with us. I know you had a bad headache. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No worries. No
Okay,
worries.
Tama.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you everybody for playing and hanging out and having a good D&D sesh.
Yes.
Yay.
I hope you guys had a good time.
I always have a good time. Hanging out with friends,
Oh.
enjoying stuff.
You guys want to rate someone?
Yeah.
I'm actually taking people through veteran runs on Back for Blood, so
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Nice.
because Jesus Christ, are people in Back for Blood so fucking terrible at the game? It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Waffles, it's kind of sad.
Oh man. I mean, that the Left 4 Dead experience that I had when I played through that game really helps me out.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead. If you've played Left 4 Dead before, you will have an advantage. But
I used
if
to
you
play
play
the
Left 4
heck
Dead
out of
and
Left 4
expect
Dead.
this game to be like Left 4 Dead, go jump off a cliff.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's so much harder. I know Back 4 Blood had an update. I updated it before stream.
Can we? I mean, they have a lot of viewers, but I was gonna say as a suggestion, Snaps Cube, but that or maybe Shinakami.
I was actually going to raid Zomiza, because Zomiza's streaming, and I never get to raid
Okay.
her, so I was gonna go check out Zomiza and see what she was up to, doing
Play Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. Yeah.
I saw it come up on my thing.
Yeah, I was gonna give her a good watch and go see what she's up to. Deadly, you can raid Zomiza or Snaps or whoever you want to, but that's I think who I'm gonna raid.
I think I'm gonna raid Somi as well then, just because it's customs.
It is custom.
And I don't really have anybody else on.
Okay.
Well, and nobody else. I get it.
That Chachi guy, who's that?
I'm a nobody. It's okay.
Well, now you asked for it, so we can't do it on principle.
No.
Chat, you have to keep in mind that it doesn't matter who I rate to, because in the end it's just me anyways.
Oh.
Aww.
Well,
Unlike
thank
two,
you
I'm not-
seriously for playing and everything like that. I really have it's so fun to
Actually,
just
I'm
for me
confused as you
to
are right now.
act out all these characters and just get some good awesome D&D and you guys are super duper. The biggest thing is you guys are here like every week, and that means so much to me. That's so amazing that you guys always show up, which is harder than you think for to happen for a lot of D&D. So thank you very much.
Thank you for putting so much effort into having this.
Yeah. No, it was great. I mean, I had to prepare a lot because it's Vallaki. You guys could go literally anywhere. So I was like, all right, I've got to just have the entire town prepared, plus elsewheres. So, but no, it turned out great. Okay. Let's do the raids.
Starting the raid.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I had Zomiza typed in and then it exploded. Okay, there we go. Okay. Thank you again, guys. Tama, I hope your head feels better. I hope.
Get well soon, Tama.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Our favorite dragon lady.
I hope we didn't go on too long. Everybody give Tama some love. She deserves some love for sticking with us even though she had a massive headache.
Love the cutie Tama.
Much love for cutie Tama indeed.
Aw. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Probably Tales of Arise because I'm addicted to that game and I can't stop playing it. Thank you, Deadly, for buying that game for me. It's very much appreciated. I have not been able to stop playing that every Wednesday. It's amazing.
I mean, I only paid half of it. The other half came from Schmoots.
And Schmoodle. Yeah, no, Schmoodle. Thank you also as well. Seriously.
You're welcome.
You guys are awesome. I don't deserve friends like you. Okay, I'm ready to raid, Deadly.
Me too.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, raid! Attack! Attack!
Kevin, the system's down.